Hi, folks. How are you? Hopefully, you're having a great day. My name's Amanda with Simply Flamazon Art, the Creative Course Collab. I'm a curator for the Creative Curiosities Paper and Notions Pack and a proud member of the Crafty Bunch. And woo, I've been running today. Trying to get all of the things done. Let me find myself here. Hopefully, y'all are having a great day. I'm gonna send out a little reminder note because I didn't do that. While I'm waiting here for a second. Let me just live now. Live now on the Crafty Bunch. Oh me. One of these light years, I'll have my life together, right? who can who is with me on that feeling? Like, especially this time of year when it's so busy. I'm just going to say a fun gift. We're making a fun gift. I think this is a fun gift. Now, it might be just my opinion. I don't know. I might be the only one who thinks this is fun. Hey, Dee, how are you? Good to see you. I sent out a remind note. Yes, if you're wondering, I have a cold. Oh, I think I do. I'm trying not to give in to it. I'm trying really hard not to give in to it. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, so this is basically a making a gift, right? Gifts of the season. I was trying to remember the name of it. Gifts of a season, Amanda. Oh good, I'm so glad. And so we're gonna make something extremely fun. I've got some fuzzy yarn. I've got some corrugated cardboard, and I got this metal bucket. Anyway, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to turn this down and I'm going to get us started. I've got like 45 minutes, but I think I'll be able to finish not the entire gift, but I will at least be able to finish enough that if you wanted to make this, you could make this for your for a family, a friend member, your neighborhood kids, if you're going to a hostess party. I think this would be, especially if they had kids, something super cute for them. So we're just going to cut off just a piece of cardboard. It doesn't matter how long. We're going to be making some snowballs, guys. And so I'm just going to do this like this just so I have this kind of just hanging down, I guess. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We're going to make some snowballs. Hey, Nicole. And so we're just going to wrap, right? You just wrap like 100 times. I don't know. Just as many times as until you get tired of wrapping, and then you wrap 50 times more. Okay? So that's how you make snowballs. All right? You wrap and you wrap and you wrap and you wrap. And I know they have the fancy ones you can buy, whatever. You can just use a thing of cardboard and you wrap. You don't want to wrap so tight that you can't get this off. That's the only thing you have to just be aware of. You do need to get this off. And so I can bend it and get it off. So that's no big deal. We'll figure it out. I'm only making one for this live. But like in real life, if you were making this, you'd make like 9 or 10 or 12 of them. I don't know. Or maybe more. You can buy these games and they're fun. I lost count of how many times I've wrapped. It's okay. We're just going to wrap until we have something that we think would be a fun snowball, right? You can make them as big, as small as you want, but you want a nice big ball that you can throw at somebody. Because why? You know how fun throwing snowballs are at people, but you can't do it inside. And so this way you could have like a snowball fight inside, and it certainly isn't going to hurt nothing. Well, I mean, I guess it could knock something over, but hopefully you wouldn't be throwing them that hard, right? Like you're not trying to knock somebody out with the snowball. I think this would just be fun, you know. You could be like, just like randomly throw a snowball at somebody in the house. Who would do that? Would you do that? Would you just like randomly throw a snowball? I would. I probably would. You want a lot, okay? You want a lot. So like I said, like 100 times. I don't know. And we're just going to wrap because we're making this little thing and it's going to be so cute. We might actually make more than one because it hasn't taken me but like a minute to make this one. And I'm thinking this one is going to be a pretty full snowball. Y'all want to see what we get if we do this? And I don't know how many times, so I can't really be like, oh, well, we wrapped it, 75 times. And we'll just do a few more, you know. Hello. Hi, how are you? Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to pop this out. Because what we want to do is we want to tie this, right? So I'm going to cut a big strand off. And I'm actually going to pull it through. I'm going to pull it through so we kind of stop this like roll, right? And then what I want to do is I want to tie it so I have it pulled through. And then I'm going to fold it in half this way. And I'm going to wrap it around, right? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off like that much. I don't know, something like that. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around the whole thing. Make my life easy instead of trying to figure out the hard thing, right? The key is here is we want to tie this extremely tight, okay? We want this to be like extremely tight. So when you're making these little puff balls, and guys, you can make these little puff balls and you can make like all kind of little things with them. So when you make these puff balls, you can actually use them for so much. Don't pull so hard that you break your string, okay? Because that would suck. Then you have to start all over. But just tie it tight. You kind of can feel when you're like, okay, that's tight, but if I pull any more, hey Bev, how are you? I'm gonna like break it. And so then this is our little puff ball. And then all we have to do is puff it, right? We'll cut it like right there. And then we just kind of come in and we're just going to start cutting. Kind of all of those little things we did around, you just want to cut them loose. You go cut them in half. And you can feel in there and you can find where there's like, oh, one I didn't go through. Did it. And you're just going to fluff that side. And then we're going to fluff this side. And it doesn't matter if it's not 100% even. It's going to be just fine, y'all. It's going to be a ball. So we don't have to worry about it, right? Because we're going to fluff it up. We just need to make sure we cut through all of our little loops. And we're going to make a snowball. Y'all can decide if you want your snowball to look a little wild like this one, which I think the wild snowballs like this are super fun. I do. I don't think you need to like have the neat little ones, but if you want to have the neat little ones, or if you're making like an animal out of it or something like that, right? Or a snowman out of them, because you can make these and you can make little snowmen. Then you want to like trim it up a little bit so it's not so wild and crazy. But All you need is a thing of cardboard, and then you can be like, okay, I'm gonna trim it just a little bit. Like I got this one really long one here. I'm gonna trim that just a little bit. Well, if my scissors decide like they want to trim, and then make sure we don't have anything, nothing is loose. I can't pull, I mean, stuff is falling out. Fibers are pulling loose, but nothing is like the whole thing coming loose. That's what you don't want, is the whole thing coming loose. And so that's why you want to make sure you've tied that really tight, and kind of how I went through the whole thing just to kind of end it like that. And then you just fluff it from all sides. You fluff it until you have just like a cute little ball. And like I said, you could go through and you could trim this up, or you could be like, look how cute that snowball is. And then you put it in your bucket, okay? And you can do like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 of these and just have your bucket full. We're going to do this though. I'm going to do the outside of my bucket because that I want to do a little sign. I'm going to use my cardboard and I'm going to trim it down a little bit. I think I'm going to use this end right here. And we're going to put this on. I don't have enough to go all the way around. I wish I did, but I don't. But we're going to put this on and we're going to do a cute little sign. For some reason, this bucket has this. I don't understand why it has this little hook there. I don't know. I don't know. I paid a couple bucks for it, and so who knows? I don't know if this is like a sap bucket. I don't know what it is. Y'all tell me if y'all know why it has that. So we're going to cut this. I'm just going to cut. It doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, I already know it's not level because that's going uphill. Just sighting it. It's going uphill. I'm just going to trim it a little bit. And then I'm going to let that go on the bottom. And we're going to attach that to here. What kind of glue? Where is my express glue? I don't see it. I'll use Fabri-Tac glue. I don't know if it'll hold it. If it doesn't hold it, it's okay. It's just for me. Hello, Brenda. How are you? But I think this will probably hold it if we encourage it to hold. None of this is fabric, so I don't know why I'm thinking this is the better glue that I have, but whatever. I can't find my express glue. I don't see it right off. I would have used that, but I just have my paper glue. All right. We're just going to hold it for a minute and see if it does. Tack it down. And then we've got other paper that we're going to put on here. So how are you all doing today? Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. I went to church this morning. Mom and I had cafe this morning at my church. At our church, I should say. It's our church. We go to the same church. And so we had to make something for the cafe this morning. So I went over to her house. We made something. And then we made this really easy dish. Super easy, but really good. Everybody enjoyed it. All you'd use is grand cinnamon roll buns. You know, the cinnamon rolls you can get from Pillsbury Grand. 2 cans of those. And then 2 cans of apple pie filling. The 21-ounce ones, you know, the bigger ones. 2 cans of those. And all you do is you cut your biscuits up into quarters. your rolls into quarters. You put them in a bowl. You then dump in the apple filling mix on it, and you stir it up good. You mix that good, and then you put it in a 9x13 pan and you bake it. And so that's what we had. Oh, that's sticking, guys. It's sticking. Hello, how are you, Lydia? And so, all right, so our little bucket, and then we're going to make more snowballs. So we're just want to get the bucket knocked out because I have like till 5:15. And so I wanted to do this bucket part first. So you kind of see the whole thing, and then we'll go back. Then I have this paper here. And so I think it would be super cute. I'm just going to cut a little bit of this paper. This is just the first one I grabbed. We're just going to cut it. Let's see. This is the cutting one. Oh, I can't use that because it's too little. Oh, well. I guess I can because I could just scissor off some, right? And then make sure we're just going to. This is all just eyeballing it. I'm doing good. Oh, thank you. And so then we're going to put this on. We want to see some of our cardboard. So we're going to cut it down considerably. That actually is pretty good width-wise, like coming in like that is pretty good. We're just going to put this on and we're going to do it like that, like so. So let's see. How much do I think I need? We're going to cut it like about right there. So let's go slide that in, and I'm just going to eyeball it. It might be a little bit too wide right this minute, and that's okay. I can always trim it down a little bit. All right. Of course, you want to be difficult, not cut. Oh, that's pretty perfect. Pretty perfect. I like that. Isn't that cute? All right. And then I'm going to use this exact same one. The exact same paper, just because this is what I have and I don't want to have to go look for any more. And then I want it to be like maybe that short. Maybe. Oh, that's perfect. And we're going to layer that on there. We'll round some corners. And so I'm almost thinking like, because I know like this paper didn't get, but like even offsetting it a little bit, like not making it so perfect, you will never know, right? I kind of like that. All right, let's go for that. Now this, I can just use this glue. Y'all tell me are y'all having a good Sunday? I went to church and then I had some errands I had to run, and then I came home and excuse me, but I'm about to sneeze. I have a cold. I woke up this morning with a cold. Yay me. Like the start of a cold. Don't worry, I took my emergency. I took my vitamin C. I took all my things that's supposed to knock it out. My airborne. Y'all, I probably overdosed on vitamin C today. I know you really technically can't overdose. I do know that. I know that. I'm just saying. Like, I was just like, okay, we'll make sure I got the right one. Since we had such good luck with Fabri-Tac getting this on our bucket, we're just going to stick with it because I can't get my glue to come out of my other thing, and I just haven't taken the time to clean it out. I fought that on another live this week, and like I should have known. All right, so we're going to put it just a little bit offset, okay? Just because I like it. I like things when it's not so picture perfect. Okay. And I think it just gives it a little something, something, something. How about you? And so, and then we want the white to go on top of here, but you could decide what you want yours to say. And it depends. I mean, I think it's cute as a little game, right? But I'm thinking we say like, you could put like snowballs 5 cents if you wanted to do more of like a country or thing, right? You could do snowball fight. Whatever you want to put here. Y'all tell me what we put. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Are we going to put snowball fight? Or are we going to put snowballs 5 cents? Y'all tell me while I'll find my ink and distress this a little bit. Hey, Linda, how are you? Actually, guys, I actually will confess, I made this for my family probably about, I don't know, 10 years ago. The kids were little. 10 years, they'd be 9. It's probably more like, she would have been 9, he would have been 4, maybe 10 years ago. And so I made, but I put them in a little Chinese box, you know, those little ones you can get, like Chinese carry-out boxes, but that are like, you know, Christmas boxes. I put the snowballs in it and put snowball fight on them and gave it to them in their baskets so that they could have a snowball fight inside. They still have them. They take them when they go to the mountain and they snowball fight inside. When they go to the mountain snowboarding and skiing, they take them up there. But when they have their snowball fight inside. Since then, they've actually come out with ones that you can buy at the store. Snowball fight. But I actually bought them one. Was it last year? I think it was last year I actually bought them when I got it on clearance. So they would have more snowballs than the ones I had made them, because the ones I made them, you know, they're getting a little old. They're getting a little old. They're getting a little tattered and worn. They've been thrown a lot. I think it would just be fun to like have them in the hallway and then have them in the hallway and then just like throw them just randomly, like throw one at somebody. Just have the bucket sitting there when they were least expecting it, right? Because why not? And so what are we putting on here, guys? Help me. I'm looking for my paint pens. I bought a box of paint pens. But do you think I could find them? Where did I put them? It's a whole box. Like, I know my area right here is a little messy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little packed up because this is where I throw all my stuff. Okay? Don't judge. Y'all don't judge. Um, I'm a creative. I never said I was neat about it. I didn't promise that. Oh, here they are, right here. Right here. There's a snake and it bit my hand. Um, and so snowball fight. Okay. I kind of like that idea a lot. Snowball fight. All right, I'm gonna get out my paint pen. And then, but this way, I live in Virginia, and thankfully, or snow day, yeah, snow day would be cute too. And thankfully, we don't have a whole lot of snow. Now, when they go up to the mountain, Massanutten, to ski and snowboard and all that, they make their snow up there. So they got snow. They got snow all the time. They make it. Um, okay. That's going to be as good. My handwriting is not great, guys. So my handwriting is not great. Y'all know when you get these pens, you got to push down on them, right? And that's how it brings the paint to the tip. Okay. Just be brave and go for it. I'm just thickening my areas when I come down. I'm just kind of going over them a couple times just to thicken it, right? I got to check my time. Oh, I'm good. But I figure if I do this away, then you can see all the steps, right? Then you can see all the steps to make it happen. Where's my little... Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. Here it be. Right here. Around those corners a little bit. And then that went up on that corner, so we're going to put this down on that corner like that. And so we're going to glue this on. This actually look a little farmhousey look to it also, doesn't it? Has a little farmhouse look to it. It wasn't necessarily my intention, but I'm kind of liking it. that it does. All right, let's see. Just a little bit like that. Just want that to put that down. And then we can even take a little bit of this and just hit our edges on our thing. Now we should have done this before we glued it down, but I think we can even do it like right now if we turn the bucket and we just kind of like grunge it up just a little bit. This would be cute to take to like a, you know, like if somebody's having a, like invites you over and you want to take a little hostess thing and you know they have kids, or even if they don't have kids, I think it's still super fun, even if you don't have kids. Because like, why is it not fun to throw a snowball at your husband? Like, you could be like, I don't like you today. I'm going to walk by you and throw a snowball at you. Or maybe I do like you today. I'm just having fun. I'm only kidding. But, could be like, throw a snowball at you today. Look how cute that it just got. Oh my goodness. And so, and then you fill it up with snowballs, guys. And if you weren't here when we first made some, we've got 15 minutes now since we've got our little bucket done. I'm going to just leave it like that so we can see our little bucket. And now we've got 15 minutes to make as many snowballs as we can make. Now, how cool is that? Because you just cut you a little piece of cardboard. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. You can go buy the fancy thing that does your little balls for you. Whoops, I got dirt on my thing. I didn't mean to get dirt on my snowball. Oh well, sometimes snowballs are dirty. We're just not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna worry about it. But you can go buy them, you know, if you want to. But you can just use a piece of cardboard and just like wrap it like 100 times. Or until you're like, I'm tired of wrap it and then wrap it like 50 times more than that. I don't know how many times, guys. I lost count and I don't count. I didn't begin counting on this one. So just wrap it until it's really thick. You want them to be thick. So you want it to be like a lot. Okay. So not just like 5 times, 10 times, like at least 50 times. And maybe more. Like maybe get to 50 and then do 25 more. I don't know. And that's all you do is you just wrap around. Look how thick we're getting it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little string. So I have like a little string, okay? And then what I want to do, because I don't want it to fall apart on me, I'm going to take said string and I'm going to feed it through. Okay? I'm going to feed it through there, right? So now I've got them together, right? So if like it were to fall, like when I pull this out, if it were to start separating, I've got this wrapped around. In fact, you could even wrap it around again if you just wanted to be sure that you had it together and it wasn't going to separate on you. You could do it like that. It doesn't matter. We just need that to hold it together. So when we slide this cardboard out, right, it doesn't fall apart. And then what you want to do is you just push it together. Okay. You're going to just push that together so your loops stay together. Okay. But they're just like all in a group like that. And then you're going to pull out more. And this time, what I'm doing is I'm just going to wrap around it, right? I want to have my, whoops, that's fine. That's the one in the middle. This is the one in the center that I actually pulled. I don't want to do that, but anyway. All right, I'm going to wrap this around. I'm going to get it in that center area. Right? Now, this is what you want to tie tight, but you want to be careful that you don't break your strand, okay? Because, I mean, you can pull so tight that you just break this. But you want to pull it tight, and you'll feel the resistance. Like, oh, if I pull any harder. Yeah, right. You need it to be a little dense, right, in order to throw it. Right, so that's why you need to wrap it like 100 times. And then you want to tie it tight because you don't want it to be loose or the things are going to fall out. So you need to make sure that this is tight. And if you're thinking, oh, that might have slipped a little bit, wrap it again and tie it again. Like I might have let that slip just a teeny bit. So I'm going to wrap it again because I'm not sure I held it tight enough. And so I'm going to wrap it again. And I'm going to tie it again really tight. So I know it's tight. There we go. And I'm going to do my best this time to not let it slide, right? I don't want that given any. Okay, there we go. There, that was good. Now I'm going to cut my loops, right? So you just find your loops and you cut them. That's the easy part. Because you just cut some, then you find some, and you cut some. And you find some until you cut it all off. We've done these before. Who has made like little snowmen like this? Like little pom-poms? All it is a pom-pom, guys. It's a giant pom-pom. So you can get those little pom-pom makers and use that too, but sometimes they get it a little too small. I want big. I like big snowballs, and I cannot lie. I'm going to get banned on Facebook, y'all. I'm going to get banned on Facebook for saying that. And then you can decide, like I said before, if you want to go in and if you want to go in and trim them to the same, or if you want to leave them a little loose like I left mine, it's whatever you need. But you can throw this. And you don't want it so thick that like it'll knock somebody out when it hits them. Like you just want it to like surprise them and be like a little pop. You also don't want it breaking stuff in your house either. So there's that. If you got a rogue one, just snip it off. If you had scissors better than mine, it would be great. Okay, that's snowball number 2. And that's a nice little snowball. Like you could throw that. It's wild on the outside out here just because it's the kind of yarn I'm using, but it's like dense in that center, right? So it's dense in the center. But because I'm using this, like, what is this? I'm using this Peep Squeak. So it's like thick already like that, You counted 70-ish? Okay. Well, 70-ish. I didn't count. So 75, 100, like it, whatever, It's because it makes it nice and dense in that middle. But yeah, it's fluffy. That's number 2. And we got 7 more minutes. I do need to look to see who is after me because I looked and I knew who was after me. Nyla with Texie's Treasure Chest is after me at 5:15. So she'll be up. And she always makes great stuff. So y'all have to hang around and watch and see what she does. Oh, I was going to tell you what happened. Mom and Dad came out after church, after I got home from church, running a couple errands. I had to go to the recycle thing. I think the guy was like mortified with the number of cardboard boxes I had, or all the cardboard I had to take. Woo, Lordy. I had a ton. I wasn't really storing it up, but I guess it's been a while since I had been. And I was a little surprised myself. So I had to go there because the cardboard was like, this is getting outrageous. And then the grocery store. And then my dad makes crosses. He makes wooden crosses. And he cuts, he kind of like routes out like inside of them an insert. And then we pour resin in them. And he bought 3 out here for me to pour resin in. And so he picked out the colors he wanted. And I mixed up the resin and we poured it in. And so they left just a little bit before my lab. I had like 15 minutes maybe. And then I had a panic attack almost. Not really. But I went to turn on my computer. My computer was like dead and I couldn't get it to turn on. And then I realized, I had put it in my new buffet yesterday. My new resin table is actually like a buffet table. I got it from Habitat for Humanity. And it's perfect because it's counter height size and yet it is big and I have more room than my table was giving me. All right, so cut a little tail, tuck it under. I didn't count. I just wrapped until it's like, okay, that's pretty thick looking. I'm gonna just so I can hold on to it, right, and it not all fall apart as I'm getting my cardboard out. And then we're gonna smash them together, right, like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna cut another little thing off. Anyway, so I had to unplug the way my system is normally plugged up because it's behind there and there's no like making that work. And so I had to rearrange all my plugs. And then I realized like one of the plugs wasn't working. And that was the one that was from my computer. And my computer wouldn't turn on. It had died over the time. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, and I told her I was ready to go live. All right. Pull real tight until you feel like, okay, if I pull anymore, it's going to break. Make sure it does not give any when you do this to actually tie it off. Last time I let it give a little bit on me. And I don't want that. Okay. All right. And then I can just trim these. And then we'll trim this piece too. Some doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to cut these. So this is snowball number 3. I can cut up. Does anybody do anything fun this weekend? I have been working all weekend on different things. I think I'm going out to dinner after this. I think. I don't know. I have the reservations. I don't know if we're actually going to make it. We'll see. Okay. But I poured 3 crosses for Dad. He picked out one blue, really pretty, one cream color, kind of like a white goldish color. And then we're going to get this one done, and then it'll be time for Nyla. But these are so simple to make, guys. They're so simple to make. It's like you can sit down on a Saturday evening, a Sunday evening, watching TV, and just make as many as you want of these. Make them for the whole family. And then you could make them and then give them at Christmas, like when your family comes, and then y'all could have a giant snowball fight. After all the presents are open and people are just like waiting for the food, you could have a giant snowball fight. I think that would be fun. I think that would be fun. The adults, the kids, everything could just be playing right along and having a snowball fight. But you just got to tie them tight, guys, or they'll fall apart on you. So tie them tight. Make sure they're dense in that center, even though like this kind of yarn is kind of like really fluffy anyway, which I think makes a really cute snowball, doesn't it? So we got 3 snowballs made, and my time is up with y'all. It went by so fast. Y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. Watch Nyla. She is up right now. All you have to do is refresh your screen. My name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, and I hope you loved the snowball fight little gift, and I hope you do it. If you do, take some pictures and share it with me. Y'all have a great night. Bye.